So far we discussed how to create the database and how to insert the data and how to get it right. So let me explain the database creation and table creation also. And so far we are not showing the data values. I mean, whatever values we have inserted in the database. Okay, so we are showing in the logs only. So how we can show in the user interface and how we can get the values and what are the other operations we can do apart from that inserting and fetching. Okay, so how we can get the individual entries and how we can pass the values through user interaction. So those things we can see today. Okay, so that if you have any other ideas in your mind, so you can create that simple database and you can set the values and okay. So let's see what is the example we have created. Maybe see the code and okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. Thank you. So in yesterday's example only, I'm trying to implement other stuff also. I have added some code so that directly we can start executing. Okay. So meanwhile, so I'll explain you the table creation. So yesterday I missed this table creation and database creation. Okay. So in main activity, so what and all we are doing. So in non-create method, we are calling database handler class. Okay. So we have created database handler class and we are trying to call the methods, add contact method. Okay. So directly we have hard coded the values here. You can see. So whatever names we have and contact numbers, so those things no hard coded. But how we can pass the values through user interface. Okay. So that we'll see. And so how to create the database also. So here we have hard coded and we are directly calling the method and we are sending it. So yesterday I explained this part, and same way we are trying to fetch the values and we the entire thing we are getting in the contacts list. So we are getting list and the list elements we are converting into the individual IDs, and then we are playing in the log cat. Okay, so that's what we did so far. Okay. So how we can create the database? Let me show you that part. In database, so in the uncreate method here you can see on upgrade. So they are saying that so create contact table. We are calling this uncreate. So when we are trying to access this page, so directly they are saying that uncreate contact table. And here we are saying that we are trying to, I mean, we need to create the table, that is contact table. Okay. So if you want that details, you can see we have created the table name here. I mean, table contacts, the name is contacts. Okay. This is the table name, and here you can see the database name we have mentioned, contacts manager. So this is the database name and this is the table name. Okay, then we have the individual entries. Okay, key ID and key name and so key phone number. Okay, so all are strings only. Okay, so here we have the version. So this is very important when we are trying to update your application. Okay, so when we are creating, so once you create the application, once you push it into Play Store, when you are trying to update, so when you are trying to push the update related to your application, so that time the version number is very important. Okay, so you should be very careful when we are doing this version code. Okay, so if the version code is different when we are trying to update the applications, no, So the version code, based on the version code, it will take the backup, and then whatever data we have in the database, that they will take the backup, and then again, once the application updated, the same data will replace, so they will dump it. So that everything is happening with the help of version code only. So you should be very careful while giving the version code also when we are updating. So here you can see database handler, we are calling this methods, and database name we are passing, and database version we are passing. So based on that, they are taking this table name and database name and all. Okay, they are going to create the table. Okay, so here we have this upgrade. Okay, this is also one of the method when we are trying to update, when we are trying to modify the tables database, that time we are calling this methods. Okay, so if it is already existed, we are trying to drop the table. Okay, so here we are checking. So if the table is existing, then we are dropping the table and we are creating the new one. Okay, so this is how we are doing. Yeah, this is fine. So let me create the user interface to send the data and to get the data. Okay, so try to create the user interface. So far, we don't have any user interface in this. Okay, so let me, so for easy identification, so let me change it to linear layout. Okay. So I don't want to work with the constraint layout. So again, so the constraints I need to pass and other stuff. So for now, I'll go linear layout only. Linear layout, and I want to make it orientation. Orientation of body. Okay. So I need to change constraint layout to so this one I'll make it top one. Text I want to give something like this is my heading. Create this fine. View also. This I want to make it. Attract user. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. And I want to use the whatever attributes I am trying to use. So you try to practice at home. Okay. So I'm trying to give this gravity center, and I want to give this borders and all. Okay. Right. Font color. Text color I want to use something like. Okay. Also this is fine. Okay. Light anyway. I don't want to understand this. Okay, let me add this text view. Text view. Okay, so I want to give this plain text actually. Give two plain text, and this one is not required. Let's delete this text view. Okay. The first one is, and I want to give is name. Mainly, we are passing two values, right? So I'm giving name and text name and then contact number. Contact, that is ID. Here you can say hint as contact. Okay. So it's done. This one is very transparent. Fine. Okay, let me add the margin. So just I want to give 5 dp. So I don't want more. So okay, 2 things. Then I want to add the buttons. Okay, so button 1. I want to add one more button. These 2 buttons I want to give some linear layout. Okay, these 2 buttons I'll move it to this. Okay. So I've created a linear layout, and that's problem, that is fine. And the rotation is horizontal, that is fine. And one is okay, and tab cut. So I have created 2 edit text fields and 2 buttons. Okay. So what I need to do? So when I entered the contact name and number, and when I'm saying that save data, and the data should store in the database. Okay. Similarly, I will create one more screen, and when I'm pressing the fetch, okay, so then so it should fetch the all the data and it should display. Okay. Similarly, if you want, we can do so individual data. Okay. And if you want, we can do complete list. Whatever we are getting, that we also we can do. Okay. So see what we can do. Margin. This also given margin. And the button. Save. This is better to do one more button, and so that I can say that fetch. Fetch. This is okay. So 3 buttons, 3 IDs. Then going to make it enter. This horizontal center. Center. Yes. Wrap. Okay. So if you want, you can give them some background colors also for this. For receipt. Accepting red color? No. It's not accepting anyway. So again, I need to create the colors only. So for now, I'm not going to do. Okay, so background focus will do with the functionality wise. Okay, so we have created. Now you can see the UI. Okay. The contact details. And just I need to fill this name and contact number. When I'm saving this, okay, that whatever data, I mean whatever values I have entered now, so that value should get stored in the DB. Okay, and when I press this reset, it should get clear. And when I'm pressing this fetch button, I should see all the data. Okay. So for that, let me add one more text. Let me set this value. After this linear layout, I'll click instead of contacts. The entire contacts I'm going to show. For now, I'll keep it. Contacts list. I don't want to this cursive. One time this. Text. Better I will go with default one. Okay. So this is fine. So now what I need to do? So all the IDs I need to get into the Java class now. Okay. So whatever IDs we have, the first one is this is fine. This one is not required. Name and contact. Then we have name and contact. Then save button, reset and fetch. Okay, 3 buttons. One text view and 2 edit text. Okay, fine. So I need to this. Let me do this. Okay. So first I'll create buttons. We have 3 buttons, right? So, BTN. Okay. BTN. Save. BTN. No. BTN. Page. Okay. So 3 buttons I have, and I need to send these 3 buttons also. Okay. That is, I can do it later. And then what we have? We have 2 edit text and 1 text view also. That also we need to create. Edit text. One is name. PD. Okay. And ED contact number. Contact. Right? So this is up to you. So you can give whatever names you want, but easy understanding, so I'm using this name. We have text view also. Text view. What is text view? Text view ID. Need to pass the ID. Not ID. ID. So better I'll use C list. C list means something like contact list. Okay. So ED. Text view. C list. Okay. So this one also I need to fetch it. Okay. Everything whatever we are trying to use in the XML now, we need to get it in the Java class. Okay. So how we can get button save equals to find view by ID. Dot ID dot. Okay. So why we need to use this r dot ID? So r dot ID dot save. What is the main purpose of doing this, and what is R? Okay. Anybody? why we need to use r.id. So everything. So whatever XML values we are storing in the whatever XML IDs we are using, no, the all IDs are storing in the R file. As I said, that is auto-generated one. We can't edit the file and we can't delete also. Okay, even if you delete it, once you refresh the file, Android Studio, the entire thing will get back. Okay, so R file means something like mediator. As I said, so R file is a mediator in between the XML and Java class. Okay, so whatever XML IDs we have, everything will convert into integer format, and that integer format values will store in R file. Okay, so whenever you are trying to use in the Java class, so that time we need to fetch from r.id. Then whatever name we have, so that we need to use name in the sense ID. Okay. Fetch this one ID name. Then we have contact. Then we have list contact, right? C list. Yeah. C list. Okay. So all the things we have taken back to the Java class. Then what I need to do, I need to make it Unclick Listener. Okay. So mainly for these three buttons, I need to make it Unclick Listener. Okay, so instead of wasting much time, directly I can copy paste Unclick Listeners. I can make it. So I don't have Unclick Listener here. Let me open some other file instead of being that Unclick Listeners. So let it be. Let it open. So here also I don't have Unclick Listeners. Fine. I can put it. I think. It will take some time. Let it be. So here it Unclick Listener. Okay. Again, I need to write some code. Everything so instead of reset. I can make it all the text view. Edit text. Dot set text this. Make it for this. Edit contact. Okay, so this is one. So this is for reset. Okay, for fetch we need to write a lot of code because we are trying to get the data from the DB. Okay, so we have some methods already I have created in the database. DB helper class. Database handler class. Okay, so that we can use it. Let me copy this on business. Actually, it is okay. Fine. Main activity. Business. Every time I need to type this. Okay. Anyway, it is not working. Set Unclick Listener. Okay. So I need to pass the syntax. So exact syntax I need to follow, right? So see these ones. Unclick Listener. I'm not able to copy this. I don't know. This is open and then anyway. Okay, It's a bit confusing, so that's why I used to prefer maximum try to copy from the existing files. One click view. Okay. No? So one click view we can use instead of one click listener I need to use view. Sometimes it will give a direct one, sometimes it will create a problem. Okay. Sometimes just trying to play with that. Only edit I am able to cut, creating problem. Anyway, you can try this later. Anyway, Unclick Listener. To override Unclick Listener. View. No problem. It's not allowing us to copy that. Okay. So for now, no problem. This one is not required. Okay. So here we need to pass the value. Okay. And for the second button also, I need to pass this same edit context. And next, we need to set Unclick Listener to this reset also, right? Reset. Edit context. Edit context. Okay. So in between, if you guys got any doubt now, so you can ask me. Okay, no problem. So this reset one, I have to put it in the reset. Anyway, so once I'm done with the code, so I'll explain you everything again. Okay, so this fetch is not required. Okay. So here they are trying to add the database directly, right? So this one only we'll try to use it again. Okay. So up to here I am copying. Okay. Then I'll comment it. Here you can see what we can do. This part. So this one also I'll explain again. Okay. So what I need to do? So when I click this save button, I need to get these two text value fields values. Okay. So edit text name. I mean whatever name we have, that values I need to get, and at the same time I need to get the edit contact. I mean so the contact values. Okay. So these two things I need to get it. Okay. So let me show you that how we can get that edit name. So first I need to create the string objects for both. Let's say that name equals to edit name dot get text dot toString. Okay, so that's mandatory. We need to convert to toString. Similarly, we need to get the other text also, that is contact contact. Okay, so both the values we got it. Now what we are trying to do, so database object we are creating. Okay, and inside this whatever context we mentioned, I think better I need to pass this DB object. I think I can create outside also, it's not a problem. You know, need to create again and again. Okay, so this one. So instead of Ravi, I can pass the name and phone number. I can pass this contact. Okay, so this is how we can do this. Here better I will pass the contact name. So instead of this, I can pass the main activity, right? Main activity, but this. Okay. So this part is clear. So what I have to do? So when I'm clicking this save button, so I'm trying to fetch the values from the edit text fields. Whatever values I'm entering in the first fields, I mean in the screen, the username and name and contact number. So whatever values I'm entering now, so those things I'm trying to get it in, and I'm saving the string object. Okay, so the string object directly I'm passing to this method. Okay, and then I'm calling db.add contact. Okay, so this is how I'm going to call this method. Fine. So this part is clear, right? Anything else? I think I need to. This is fine. Yeah. Here it is view. Error. This is the one. Unclick Listener and edit contact. Okay. This one is not creating problem. Okay, so first button, save button, edit button, and then we have one more button we need to add. It is fetch. Instead of fetch, so I think actually I missed the fetch button. That's why we're getting problem. Between fetch. Some errors here. Here it is opening. More space. Okay. Here and set is clear and fetch. So I need to but it's not required. So for now, this is data. Right. This one only I will take it and I will try one is it is not working like here. Up to here I need to commit it. Okay. Fine. So for fetching, so DB where we have created DB. So this one. So again here DB and context I need to pass the activity. This and so once I get this data, we are fetching everything in the for loop, right? So instead of this creating inside, I want to create outside of this. I can set outside of. What I need to do, so I need to set the text. Okay. So what is the last text view which we created? That will is the XML. Yeah. So C list. C list, and what is the name we have created? So at the end, we need to check. We need to say that for loop is open here, enter here. Fine. Dot set text. Okay. So which text I need to set? This. Showing the map. Variable line now the initialized. Okay. I need to initialize this. Initially, with something like right. So this part is fine. And that was one person probably. No, I need to add one more. Right. Right. So whatever we need, so ready. Okay. So first we need to create the database. So this anyway we are doing the backend. I mean when we are trying to doing that. And so see database handler and inside DB setting and add contact. Okay, fine. So let me execute and then I'll explain you again. So everything is working or not, we'll check it and then I'll try to explain this. Okay. And fine. This one is anyway we commented and this part is not required. The log cat. Anyway, let it be. I can see whether log is working or not. Let me execute this. The installation is in process. So next time. So that is executing. So meanwhile, I'll And then clicking save button, we are going to call this Unclick Listener. Then we are calling the block it and then add context. Okay, so this data we are adding that. Okay, installation done. But still the phone is not ready, I guess. Otherwise, let me run this. You can execute in a number of emulators. I think so our system should support. System should have some memory. It's loading. Loading status. Waiting for the target device to come. Still the AVD is not ready. Still it is ready. So the existing activity it is showing. Yes, the installation is completed. We have two edit text and 3 buttons and 1 contact name. The text view. Adding Narendra, contact number is something like save. So I pressed the save, but we specified Unclick Listener is happening and so just I'm trying to fetch it. Okay, so now you can see the data got entered because we didn't show any notification and any alert, so that's why. So even if you click the save also, I mean the data is storing, but it is not showing any pop-up, and after completing, so it is not clearing the data. Okay, so here you can see, just I click save once, and we are able to see the data. So I click save 3 times now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I'm going to fetch the data. Okay, so the data is entered. Here you can see total 4 values. Why I'm getting only 430 or because of the text view, I'm not able to see the value. Let me check. So we're trying to fetch the data here. Okay, ID. Okay. 12. Okay. So directly they are trying to fetch the values and assigning to. So we are override these values. So that's why I'm able to see all the values. Okay. So how we can see? I'll do one thing. Log plus. Right. So now we'll be able to set. So what I did, so just concatenating with the existing log. With the output. Understand why? This is I tested this. Now I'm getting that installation. When I'm trying to fetch, now you can see all the logs. How many entries I have made it. Everything I'm able to see. Okay, so this is how you can save the data and you can store the data. Okay, so but saving no, so we need to add something so that user will feel that so we have installed inserted the data. Or we can see, I think better I can add some toast message, and after adding this toast, I want to uh, clear the data in the text fields. Okay. Toast message, toast. Instead of typing everything, I can copy paste directly. Okay. So here the so dbget contact. Okay. After calling this, I'm going to post message. So I can say that okay, successful. Okay. So and then I want to say both the values, whatever text field, so that I want to make it clear. Okay, and actually no, so we need to do some validation also before inserting. So that we'll see. Okay, so on this. Installation completed. Let me add this Raj contact number 0 and save. Okay. So I'm trying to fetch. So we didn't get this post message, right? Yeah. I think so. When I press this, so the data got cleared. Okay. So let me add one more and save. Yeah. So we are getting post messages and the values also getting clear. Okay. So now what I want to do. So when I save the data, when I press the save button, so by default, the text, whatever text we are getting now, so that should get refresh. Okay. So here I should be able to see the values. How I can do? Very simple. So whatever values we have, whatever we are trying to do in the fetch method. Okay. So when we are pressing this button, we are trying to do some operations, right? Everything I will put in the one method. That method I will call directly whenever I want. Okay. So that way we can do easily. Okay. So from here to here, we have a log. Let me copy this. Okay, and let me create one method which public. Required which I can do and required methods. I will define right. Something like this I want to do. Why it is showing somewhere here? Simple way I can do it here. I'm doing in the right place, right? Contact instead of contact. Okay. See again. Wide method, they are not returning anything. So wide with contact. You can use this with contact. And so I don't want to pass any ID. I'm not passing anything here. Why they are restricting this? Going in wrong places. So here. Okay. So actually everything is unclear. That's why it is not accepting that method. So whatever method we are creating now, so that should not be in the onCreate method. Okay. So I'll make it get contact, and whenever I'm trying to click this button directly, I can call the method. So instead of keeping everything, you can remove this. Just try to call this method. Okay. And what I said, so when I inserted the values, automatically I need to get the value data, right? So it should get refreshed. What we can do, so I can call this method here also. Okay, so this is how we can do this method. And are we getting any errors? Yes. Okay, so this method is working. Okay, one extra. Fine. What is here? Right. Everything is clear. Let me check this questions. Then I can use something like when you press the save button, so this data should get saved, and at the same time, the whatever values entered here, so that also should get stored in the contact list, and I need to fetch the data and I need to see that. Everything should happen when I press save. Okay, so it is happening as the expectation, right? So this is how I want to see the output. Okay, so then let me check this reset is working fine. Yes, reset also working fine, save also working fine, and fetch also working fine. Okay, now I want to add one more button, and there when I press the whatever data we are seeing in this table, so everything should get clear. Okay, so how we can do that? Okay, so let me check this. We have this method. Okay, this is update contact. We can pass it. Delete contact. Okay. So if you want to pass some single entry, and we can pass that ID, and then we can delete it. Okay. And contact count. If you want to get the number of this, okay, so we can call this method and update contact, delete. Where is maybe how get all contacts? Then one more method called this contact. Okay, add contact and delete. Okay. So for delete, we need to uh, select. I mean, so delete from the table, and we need to pass the IDs. So that we can delete the particular entries. Okay. So I think we can use update method, estimate method, version. So this one is okay. So anyway, I need to add that method. Okay. So instead of adding, anyway, fine. So contact. So if you want to get only particular contact, okay. So we can pass call this method, and we need to pass the ID. Okay. And then list of contact. So so far any doubts, guys? If you have any doubts, actually continuously I'm speaking. I don't know when it got reconnected. So how from how long I'm not able to hear? I mean, so you guys are having a network issue or something, and from my side.
Sir, just last 2 minutes.
Okay. Fine. So anyway, so here we have a lot of methods to get the data. I mean, so single contact. If you want to delete single entry, so if you want to get complete data, so here we have the methods. So even we have the heading also with the commented thing. So go to get all contacts. So you can call this method. Okay, and similarly, so update the contact. So if you want to update the contacts, we need to pass the contact and we need to uh, so we need to call this method and we need to pass the contact. Okay, so that's all from my side. So if you have any doubts, we can discuss now. Okay. And for that delete contact, I need to pass this table contact key ID. Okay, so I need to pass the ID, then only it will accept. Okay, fine. So let me. So if you have any doubts now, please raise. So send it in the chat box. So until then, so till 6:30, what and all I can do. So I'll try to explain as much as I can. Okay. So I'll create one more activity. With empty activity. So just I'm going to create one more activity, and in that activity I want to do some. Why I need one more activity? Anyway, so there also I need to design something. Let me create it, no problem. So in this activity I want to create. So I'll try to use the existing one so that our time will get saved. So whatever code I will copy. Paste it in the edit activity. So here I don't want all the entries, just I want to use this single edit text. Then I don't want much. This is not required and save not required. And just I'll use this fetch only. If I'm using single button, so I'm trying to use this existing screen only. So here you can see what and all I kept, what and all I removed. So here you can see name fetch. So instead of name, I'll make it something like ID. Yes, I want to make it ID. Make it. Just I'm saying that please enter ID to delete. Okay, so whatever ID I have entered, no, so that should get deleted. Okay. Okay, so I don't want. Sorry. I'm modifying in this main activity only. Okay. went wrong. Delete. So here I need to edit. My mistake I'm trying to enter there. So we have two buttons. Edit and let me modify edit and then ID only. This one, text. Okay. 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 ID. Delete. So whatever ID I have entered here, so that ID should get removed from the database. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do. And then instead of which I'll make it delete. Delete. Okay. So then this one is I'll keep it same. And I want to see the all the entries again. Okay. So let me copy whatever methods we are trying to do in the main activity, the same one I'm trying to copy, and I'll try to use it again. Okay. So this get contact, we need it. So the same method I'm copying, so that okay, so get contact, I'm copying, and then I need to copy one more thing. So this finding the ID, and I need to get some methods on that. That would be. So here, whatever you need to have, we'll keep that much, and remaining we'll try to delete it. So that is activity. So save button we don't have, reset button we don't have, we have only page button. That is the two we made it delete. Delete and so instead of edit text, this is the name we are keeping. So this is delete, fine. And then we have ID. Okay. So I'm making ID here. ID and this contact not required. So this part is done. So delete, edit, and the text view that is unique. Okay, so this one is not required. Only delete we have instead of fetch we made a delete. This ID also delete. So in between, if you guys got any doubt, no, so you can ask me immediately. Okay. So why I'm using this and why I'm changing that, everything you can ask me if you want. Okay. So this is ID. Okay. So edit contact not required. So I'm trying to reuse the existing code. So just I copied what and all I need. I kept it and remaining I deleted it. Okay. So this method is we're calling later. Okay. So once I enter the, so now what I'm trying to do. So I'm taking input from the user, that is ID. Okay. And then you're asking you to click the delete. So once I click the delete button, so the data should get delete from the table, and the whatever values we have, so that values again I need to see at bottom. Okay. So how we can do that? We'll see. We need Unclick Listener. Let me copy that. Okay, Unclick Listener and button. And this and all I need to copy. Okay. What is the delete button? But delete. When I click this delete button, what it should happen? So I need to take the value from the button. Sorry, this one from ID. I need to take it. Okay. ID. Okay, done. And then it should be int. Because we are trying to use the integer value. Right. So we have the option to integers. Okay. Saying that what is saying first it is int, but no, it's integer. ID and then incompatible type required int. Okay, so found this editable text dot whether we'll be able to get it in this format or not. Text to string equals to get character and remove that. Okay, I think we need to do typecasting here. Okay, anyway, that is it. So for now I'll make it string only, and then we'll see how we can convert later. Okay, dot to string. Okay, this one is not required. Deleting. Okay, whatever ID we have, so that ID we need to pass to the particular method. Okay, so what is the method? We'll see. Okay, get contact count and delete contact. Okay, so this method we need to call and name that delete and contact. Okay, only ID. Okay, get ID. Complete contact, they are trying to pass it here. And the contact delete table and key ID is okay, so this one is get ID. Okay, so they are trying to get from the contacts. Okay, contact they are going to wait. So we can put the contact. Get ID. Contact get ID. Okay. So instead of contact, let me create one more method. So here they are trying to get from the contact list. Okay. So instead of that, I will try to create one more method to delete the contacts. Okay. Delete contact. This one I'll make it. So that is ID and string value contact dot get ID. Instead of this, I will pass the ID. Yes. Okay. So I need to call this contact at integer. I'll change the name also so that we won't be creating any problem further. So delete contact with ID. Right. So this is my method. So in this method I'm going to call and I'm trying to pass the parameter as ID. Okay. And Unclick Listener, this part is done. Here is it. This one is not required. DB dot contact with ID, and I need to pass the integer. That is, sorry, again I'm doing the wrong place. So I need to do in the delete, right? Here I need to pass this. That is now. Pass this vector. Delete contact with ID, and ID I need to pass it as okay. And then string format. Integer. This is creating problem. String and this one is fine. Here string only and this ID. Anyway, that whatever database we have created, let me check whether what it is a percent. It is a percent I can use this. Okay. This integer false, and that will resolve our problem. I will add integer as percent or happens. I need to compute and fine. So here you can see I'm taking this string only and delete contact ID, and that string I need to pass, and this method where we are calling the delete contact. Okay, string ID, that string, this one dot. Okay. So main activity, this one is fine. And this is here we go, delete contact ID. Okay. And it is this delete activity. And this one is not required. And this two is not required. I'm deleting and query, and in post message deleted successfully. Deleted successfully, and I want to show that ID, whatever ID I have entered. Okay. Then I want to refresh the data. Define. Okay, so delete. Okay, I need to go to delete activity, right? So I need to call this method, and I have some errors here. Delete activity. Okay, so I'm calling this delete activity, and this method also I need to call this. Completing this. Okay, so that I'm doing it. Fine. And I need to add one more button here. For time being, what I'm doing, no, so instead of reset button, so I'm going to redirect this to delete class. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do, I need to write intent equals to new intent new intent this new activity that this and then one result delete activity. class. Okay. Then what start activity, right? Intent. Right. So when I click this reset button, so it is redirecting to delete activity, and in delete activity we are going to pass the values. Okay. So let me try to it and it. So we are passing. So we have 9 minutes. Right. Okay, so far, so fetch is creating problem. Okay, fine. We'll see. If we get any changes in this. Now let's click. Where is the fetch button? Okay, so fetch button we have. I think I have changed this ID. That's why it is creating problem. Let me check the locket. Maybe definitely that is the one reason. Okay, maybe we'll confirm that. Is the error we are getting. Okay, it's not showing. Okay. Me? Yes, now you can see clear. Let me open which now you can see main activity 109 is getting problem. So text view, the text is character sequence null object. Okay, so we don't have any characters there. Fine, no problem. So let me execute this. We don't have any values, so that's why it is creating problem. Just okay. Okay. What exception in mail? Okay, main activity 109. What is the reason? Null pointer exception attempting to invoke the methods and invoke envoy with result text view set text. Okay, so here it is saying that null pointer exception. Why we are getting this null pointer exception? We'll see now. Okay, the null object is number 9. So we are trying to database get contact. I have inserted it. And then why it is showing null object? It is inserted properly. When I click this save, what it is happening? So Unclick Listener for reset. Second Listener. I'm going to insert DB. I think I have changed that ID for the save button, I guess. That is let me enter values. I'm clicking save. The test has stopped working again. Okay. Save button. When I'm clicking save button, it is saying the problem. So at the end, it is creating a problem. No problem. We can solve this easily. Where we have this error. Why do the cursor get set text on else? Okay. So at the end, null object reference. Okay, as well as section main. 1.0 length. Okay. So it's not inserted properly. It means something we touched while modifying. That's all. Okay. So push button, not save, save, reset and fetch. Okay, that is fine. The text contact. Okay. So save. That is name and contact. Is it fine? Whichever is name and contact. Okay. We have to exclude this contact. Okay, fine. And here we have name. Okay, so two text fields is fine. And then we are sharing the data. And here we are getting that error last. Number text. For now, let me comment this and we'll see exactly we are facing the problem. The first time is working and why it is showing now. But we can't see whether the data is inserted or not. Yes. Save. Okay, inserted successfully. Okay. And let me go to reset and we'll see whether the let me click edit. Okay, one it is got deleted and let me create two. So the ID 2 we'll see whether it is deleting. Okay, deleted. 3 deleted. Same time 4 deleted, and I want to remove the last entries 10. Okay, let me go back to the previous screen and I'll try to add one more thing and then we'll see whether it is inserted or not. So I'm adding. Okay, I'm adding Kavi. And the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay, so save. Okay, I'm going to reset and I want to delete 5. So Ravi is inserted properly. And then, so this here the fetch is working properly and here it is not working. What is the problem? You see, maybe I changed something here. T C list. Okay, T C list. C list. Okay. Then we have C list. Text view here. Okay. So why we are getting that error no? So while modifying here you can see the ID, the last letter got missing. Okay. So we are trying to fetch this with a different name. Okay, so that is not available. That's why we are getting error here. So this is list. Okay, and here you can see we have list. So now we'll be able to see the output properly. Creating and the number is 14890. Save. Now you can see all the entries, whatever we entered. Yeah. See that, and when I'm pressing reset and I pass the value. So if we have delete, then delete that. Similarly, I'm going to pass this 11, delete it. So this is how we can work with the database. Okay. So any doubts so far? So if you have doubts, please ask me. So today is my last session, so I'll try to clear as much as you have doubts. Okay. So if not, I'm done with the session. So thank you so much for your patience. Last 10 days we are in the session. So thank you. So please try to work on this. So then only you will be able to remember. Okay. So if you've done the practice, then only you will remember. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience and all the best for your futures. Okay. So all the best for your future. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Past 2 weeks have been great with you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So please try to explore as much as you can. So anyway, so you guys have my contact number and mail ID, right? So any doubts, so you can ping me. So I'll try to resolve your problem. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Bye.